Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 7th and 8th September 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent news, that is 15 years defense roadmap. Okay, in that for Army, Navy, and Air Force, in that India's Ministry of Defense has published a 15-year technology and capability modernization, that is roadmap. Okay, so in this, that pushes the tri-service, that is all that Army, Navy, and Air Force towards a technology heavy and more the joint and largely indigenous force with big investment in nuclear propulsion for ships, hypersonic, AI, drones, and all next generation tanks and directed energy and space cyber capabilities. Okay, so for that different sectors, that is significantly that services, especially for Navy. So for a Navy, a major blue water expansion plan to grow surface or submarine numbers and force projection capability. And also technology focus, that is nuclear powered carriers, okay, with all that indigenous carrier borne fighters, large UCA drone integration, networked sensors, and shipbuilding search for long endurance sea control. This is for Navy. And for Army, that is modernization of land combat and also replacement and upgrade of armor, and also that mass induction of active protection system, robotic counter IEDs, and large number of tank launched and man portable anti-tank missiles, and also mechanized upgrades, and also emphasis on battlefield robotics, that is artificial enabled ISR and C4 ISR upgrades. Okay, next that is about Army. Next, coming to Air Force, that emphasizes on next generation air platforms, stealth UCAVs, and advanced long range missiles, hypersonics, strengthening airborne early warnings, networked air defense, and also greater integration of AI for decision support and weapons, indigenous fighter or engine development remains a priority. Okay, and also along with that cross-cutting joint, that is a strong thrust on AI and cyber space-based capabilities, directed energy, or that is laser or weapon, and also hypersonic missile, electronic warfare, and indigenous design manufacture to reduce import dependence, and also increased tri-service integration and theater operational command and structure emphasized. So all that exam perspective, that Ministry of Department that released a 15 years defense roadmap. Okay. Next news. That is about 100-year celebration of self-respect movement. Okay, so that is a landmark event titled Self-Respect Movement, and its legacy was held at St. Antonius College University. Okay, so and also global scholar discussed Perrier's ideology from marriage reforms to caste annihilation and political modernity. And also some portrait unveiling that Tamil Nadu CM MK Stalin unveiled a portrait of Periyar at Oxford, and also emphasizing that chains fell, dignity rose, and also Periyar's philosophy now resonate worldwide. He pushed for rationalism, gender equality, and anti-caste ideals at an international platform. Okay, and also you should know about that self-respect movement that started in 1925. Okay, that is 100 years. So launched in 1925 by E.V. Ramas Periyar. Okay, and also that self-respect movement actually aimed to overthrow Brahminical dominance and caste hierarchy and religious orthodoxy. It championed rationalism, social equality, gender justice, and individual dignity. And also, the movement reached broader political traction, that laying foundation for Dravidian politics in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so all that very important. That founded here, Ramaswamy Periyar, and also that introduction to self-respect movement, marriages, and also in that social justice and perspective, religion, caste, and rationalism, social movement and political change, law and governance, contemporary relevance. All that is very important. Next news, that is about that Election Commission's voter ID revision plan. Okay, so that is Supreme Court permits, that is Aadhaar ID as ID, not a citizenship proof, but permits. Okay, Aadhaar card. That is on this September 8th that Supreme Court directed Election Commission to accept Aadhaar as the 12th valid identity document for voter inclusion during the special intensive revision. Okay, you know, right? In Bihar, that special intensive revision is going on. So, but clarified explicitly that Aadhaar does not serve as a proof of citizens. And also, this more benefit over 34 lakh voters in Bihar who risk that exclusion due to missing documents. Okay, so these from some of the sudden opposition. Okay, that is due to opposition parties led by that Rahul Gandhi are marched protest. Okay, in New Delhi. So that's why, and also that pan-India rollout of special intensive revision also, that election commission plans to extend that Bihar special intensive revision model nationwide, that starting that September or October 2025. Okay, so and also that process that includes a distribution of enumeration forms, drafting of rolls, public display and claims, objections for about a month. Okay, and also that is a state level preparedness, that West Bengal and all, Rajasthan, all that, and also calls for transparency and technology use. Okay, for exam perspective, that special intensive revision very important, and also other identify document, and also pan India rollout, all that polling station norms, all that exam perspective very important. Next is Angikar 2025. Okay, that is what actually the that is the housing and urban affair ministers, that Manohar Lal. Okay, that Angikar 2025 is a last mile outreach campaign under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that is Urban 2.2. Okay, so it will run till 31st October 2025 across 5,000 plus urban local bodies nationwide. Okay, what is the main objective? That is to accelerate verification of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban applications, and also next objective is to expedite completion and delivery of already sanctioned houses, and also raise awareness about that PMAY. Okay, urban 2.0 among intended beneficiaries. Okay, so under this campaign, some of the activities, that is door-to-door outreach and PM Awas Mela, Shairi and loan fairs, cultural events, and community mobilization campaigns. Okay, some of the key focus that are highlighting schemes like credit risk guarantee fund trust for low-income housing, and also PM Suryagar and Mufti Bijli Yojana urban beneficiaries, and also prioritizing housing for beneficiaries for special focus groups. Okay, so under this that PMAY urban, so that actually launched earlier, that 120 lakh houses were sanctioned and 94.11 lakh Paka houses have already been completed. The remaining houses are targeted completion under this campaign. So all that scheme and the Tangika 2025 campaign related to which ministry, all that is very important, and that objectives. Okay, and also governance, infrastructure, urban development, and social issues. All that perspective is very important. Next news, that is about recent phone call that between Modi and Macron. Phone call. Okay, so that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron. Okay, phone conservation, that is focused on coordinated efforts for an early resolution to the Ukraine conflict. Okay, reaffirming shared commitment to global peace and stability, and also reviving that assessing progress across key sectors, that is especially on economy, defense, science and technology, and space under a framework like the Horizon 2047 roadmap, and also Indo-Pacific roadmap and defense industrial roadmap. And also Modi thanked Macron for agreeing to attend the AI Impact Summit in India. That is going to be held in February 2026. Okay, very important summit. And also both leaders agreed to continue the close engagement to promote global peace. And also Macron called Modi to coordinate Europe's stance on Ukraine and also discuss peace efforts in West Asia, and also enhance economic exchange and deepen the strategic partnership between India and France. And also Macron described the India-France partnership in essential sovereignty and independence of both nations. So all that exam perspective, that phone call and outcomes, all that is very important. Next point, that is about recent the development involving Finland joining the declaration of supporting that a two-state solution. Right? That two-state solution that is between Israel and Palestine. Okay, so in that Finland joined an international declaration that supporting a two-state solution for Israel and Palestine, and this declaration emerged from a UN conference in July 2025, co-hosted by France and Saudi Arabia, and aimed at bringing peace and that is outlining actionable steps. And also the United States and Israel boycotted the conference, and all that that is Finnish foreign minister, that is Elina Valtona, referred to an initiative as the most significant international effort in years towards resolving the conflict. And also the declaration calls for tangible, time-bound and irreversible steps, including ending the Gaza war, humanitarian access, and eventually establishing two sovereign states. And also importantly that Finland has not formally recognized Palestine as a state, unlike nations such as Spain or Norway, and its coalition government remains divided on the issues. Okay, very important that recent news that is Finland joined a French Saudi UN declaration supporting that two-station solution, all that, but has not recognized Palestine statehood. Okay, all that core demands in declaration: ceasefire, humanitarian aid, end of Gaza war, Palestine Authority governance, and pathway of two-state. And potential future move that Finland signals future willingness to recognize Palestine when conditions favor regional stability. Okay, all that international relation and foreign policy, multilateral peace process, all that is very important. Next news that is recent resignation of Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. Okay, so that Shigeru Ishiba stepped down as Japan's Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Democratic Party. Because what is the reason? Because he took responsible for that LDP losing its majority in both houses of national diet, that is parliament, following historic defeat in July 2025 election. Amid public dissatisfaction over rising living cost and also some of the milestone achieved, that resigned after securing that US-Japan tariff deal to reduce America import duties on Japanese goods, and also a key domestic and diplomatic win. So all that some of the political fallout that triggered an LDP leadership election slated on that October 4, 2025 will be there. Okay, so with the prominent contenders including Sene Takaichi and Shinjiro Kozumi, along with the other figures. Okay. So some of the market response that yen depreciated and bond yields rose on fears of expansionary fiscal policy and political instability. Okay, and also broader implication that Ishiba departure underscores the growing internal divisions with the LDP between moderate and hardline conservatives, and also signals broader political uncertainty for Japan as its navigate economic and security challenge. So all that recent news that Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's resign, all that is Japan news, very important. Next news that is US Venezuela tension. Okay, so recent US Venezuela development involving Trump's action and all that is the deadly US airstrike on Venezuela's boat. Okay, so the US Navy carried out an airstrike in the southern Caribbean, sinking the Venezuelan linked vessel operated by the Tren de Aragon gang, killing 11 suspected members. And also Trump's administration justified it as a part of war on drugs and the shift from traditional interaction to lethal military measures. And also some of the military buildup and deployment of F-35 jets. The US significantly escalated its presence in the Caribbean, deploying 10 F-35 stealth fighter jets to all that Puerto Rico, okay, and also stationing 7 plus US warships and deploying over 4,500 sailors and marines, and also proactive Venezuelan's response for this US response. Venezuela responded deploying F-16 jets that flew over USS Japan and moved the Pentagon labeled highly proactive, and President Nicolas Maduro mobilized the Bolivarian militia, while Trump warned that any aircraft jeopardizing US asset will be shot down. So some of the temporary protected status rollback and judicial pushback and economy sanctions, executive orders and all. So all that exam perspective that issues, okay, that US level strike international water, raise legal questions, okay, all that is, and also that is the issue between US and Venezuela. Next news that is about recent appointment of Thailand's new Prime Minister, Antony Charvikul. Okay, so new Prime Minister Antony Charvikul, leader of Pujaitai Party, was elected as Prime Minister of Thailand on 5th September 2025 following the dismissal of his predecessors Petogran Shinwara by the Constitutional Court. Okay. Because he is a seasoned politician, previously serving as Deputy PM, Interior Minister, and Health Minister, and notably recognized as spearheading the decriminalization of cannabis in Thailand in 2022. And also parliamentary support. Okay, Anutin received 311 votes in Parliament, well over the required majority, backed notably by the Progressive People's Party, and also formation terms. The People's Party agreed to support him conditionally. Anutin pledged to dissolve Parliament within 4 months and initiate a referendum on constitutional reform too. They will remain in opposition. And also political climate. His appointment signals a retreat in the that is Shinwara dynasty's political grip, especially after that Togaran Simul and legal troubles for the Shinwara. Okay. Also some of the government vision that Anutin aims to headline short-term economic stimulus measures and de-escalation, and also recent border crisis with Cambodia during this brief tenure before a fresh election. So all that exam perspective, that new prime ministers, okay, Charnvikrakul, okay, all that is international relation, political issue, economic governance, all that is very important. Next news that is about recent development at the United Nations General Assembly, where External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will now represent India instead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so that you know, right? 80th session of UN General Assembly is scheduled from that September 23 to 29 at general debate running through that week. And also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not deliver that India status according to updated speakers list. The External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has been confirmed to represent India at the general debate, okay, scheduled for September 27, and also uncertainty persists officially regarding PM Modi overall participation in that UNGCA session, as the Ministry of External Affairs has not made a formal announcement. But for prelims perspective, all that exam perspective, at United Nations General Assembly and 80th edition, okay, and also India's representative, that S. Shankar External Affairs Ministers, okay, he will speak on 27 September 2025. That change. Prime Minister Modi will not address the general debate as previously expected. So all that exam perspective, that diplomatic protocol and representation narrative on Indian diplomacy, all that is institutional trust in civil service, all that is very important. Okay, that is about 7th and 8th September 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exam. Thank you.